Hi there, my name is Abdull Tarzi. I want to discuss the 50 years time off, 50 years education and work plan that everyone has. It's on your 10 fingers, and we want to set up something like 50% time off with your family to enjoy your life. We want to set up something like 50 years education and work 50%. So for example, let's start off with your education work, okay? You would start off, let's say, with your, I think that's my left fingers, right here. Um, so each finger is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Each finger is 10 years, and you have 10 fingers, which is approximately 100 years. So the first one we start off with is school. The school is approximately 10 years. And you're going to school from grades 1 to 10, and that includes all your education. And the teachers are involved as well. They're getting education as well. So it's only 10 years. And that's wonderful because a lot of people are missing that 10 years. It's a wonderful start. That's how you start the program. Grades 1 to 10, about 10 years. Then you have the second part of is the second 10 years program would be the human self, the human body, the human vision and eyes, the human doctors, medical, haircut, any touching like massage or stretching, working with people, the human body. Everyone will work 10 years in that program, and that works wonderful. So that's the human body. So you have a strong human body. You have a healthy human body. We're missing that today. For example, we're missing the massage. They massage in the back, they don't massage in the front. We're missing the haircuts. They only have certain people do the haircuts. They may even change their language. You might have a European person do the haircuts, or some Chinese, and that's not enough. We need the haircuts for everybody. The haircut is a wonderful part of your human body, and vision and eyes, or teeth care, or body care. That's your second one. Your third one would be your, for example, you have the third one is very important, and that is your let's say the food and water. So everybody will work 10 years in the food and water. Food and water, like the juice, the fruits, vegan food, vegan diet. Everybody will work in the going to the store, grocery store, and actually working on that. Your fourth one, 10 years, another 10-year program, which will be your clothes. Everybody will work in the clothes industry, the shoes industry, and everybody will work on the same clothing. They have the clothes in Target, for example. They have clothes in Macy's. Everybody will work there and make clothes and everything for 10 years. The next 10 years program is that's more your housing, making house, cleaning a house, making sure everything is safe in the city. You're cleaning your housing. Everybody works 10 years in that program. So that's 50 years education and work, and really everybody participates in it. It's 50% of your life. Everyone has a similar plan, and everyone is set. Basically, everything is covered, everything you need. The other 50 years is up to you. You can have a good family life. 50 years, for example, here, this is your right finger's 50% of your life, and that's good. That's up to you. It's whatever you like to do. If you like to travel, if you want to go see the world, well, you're covered no matter what. Your healthcare, you already did your 50 years education work. You did your healthcare. You're covered for a doctor. You're covered for food. You're covered for everything. You're covered for housing. You already worked in the housing industry. Most people, I myself have only worked 1 year in the housing industry. I built some houses with Habitat for Humanity. I did well with my painting and everything, probably a couple of years. But imagine you have a set 10-year program. Myself, I did 20 years education to start me up, and I think I should have done only 10 years, because then you have the program for 10 years for each one. But that's a great start, and that's how I picked up the idea that we should do this. And also, I think it's a very easy program. The time that you're off, people today are missing the doctor care, or people today are missing the haircuts, people today are missing the clothes. But because you're working for 50 years education work, you're always covered for the whole 100 years. So it's a 100-year plan, but your age is this is for 100 years. But if we do these programs, you probably have an age very, very easy for 200 years. So it's a good program. I'm very excited about the program. It should be approved by the city and the planners and the people. Everyone can approve something like this. It's on your 10 fingers. So it's an easy program to approve, and your whole family will be excited to work on this program. I've talked to some people, and my neighbors, and my family, and they love it because they've worked in these industries. The industry we name. The thing is, we only work on the education that's very, very organized, very well. It's very easy to go to the school for 10, 20 years. But the other stuff people lose, their time in healthcare, on the human body that we should all work. People lose their time in the food industry. So it's a good program. This is something we should make into laws if it's possible. Thank you, Mom. That's my mom right there. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't know that's my mom. Okay, my mom doesn't like it. But so this is your education work plan. She likes to be part of this, like Faisal, but she doesn't want to be part of this whole information. But that's okay. What I was saying is, this information can go out globally, and people can make this into laws and make it easier for us. If you like some people may not like the 50 years exactly. So let's say some people are a little bit slow. They like to go 40 years. Well, you have to determine that. Is it possible to start people with 40 years? Because human is very flexible. What if you like to go 40 years? I got that word from my mom, by the way. 40 years education work and go to 45 and 50 years maximum. That's possible. And then you can do other programs, like some way to keep that 10 years that you took up education work. Oh, by the way, what kind of money system will you have? Well, you basically have two choices. And even on this, you should give people choices. Is it 40 to 50 years, 60 years, or is it 50-50? 50-50 is the way our hands are made, the way human body is made. But it's up to, will be part of the education process, how people behave in this and how they make it just right. Now, what about the money system? Would you like to have everything covered, everything free month? Like you go to healthcare, it's always free. You have to pick up your own clothes, it's always free. You want to go get your food and water, it's always free. You want to go get your house, $1 million house, it's always free. Like my house here, this house here is probably in the market for about $600,000, $650,000. Well, your house is always free. There's no money in this situation. Your food is always free. Your clothes are always free. Your vitamins are always free. You just go pick it at the store. You just go pick up the clothes. It's always free. So that's one way you have a free move system. Another way to do this is to give everybody just $1,000 or $2,000 a month, for example. And the second choice is where the second choice is very simple. You just give everyone, let's see, this is the one that's going to make you happy. This is the one this choice is basically $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month, but you put the money in their account at the start, and $1,000 a month is $1.2 million. $2,000 a month is $2.4 million in 100 years. You put the money inside the account, so the bank is not responsible to negotiate and collect for you all the time. You don't have to go hurt your leg and say, "Can I get the rest of my money, please?" You don't have to do that. So you put the $1.2 million in the account for $1,000 a month. We start off with a zero balance because it's a new millennium, new start. You need to make it one world, one dunya, possibly one country. You don't even need it in one country, but you can make it one country as well. That's a wonderful gift as well. Then you just basically have new rules, 100 good things to open, 100 bad things to shut and reduce. And you have this option of either free move system or complete or money system. What I like is they're both a good system and always have the flexibility. So on the 1.2 million, for example, you just put that in their account. Maybe it'll be given to you in 4 payments, or maybe 5 payments, or you'll determine it's your funds. It's $1,000 a month. 4 payments, 5 payments. I probably take the 4 or 5 payments because look at the house. You still have the money in your account. You buy a house and you can move anywhere you want for The house is $500,000 or so. The other 700,000 you may use. So the 1,000 is probably a decent idea. But if you get the $2,000 a month, which is a 2.4, that's a wonderful idea. And for the 100 years, you're covered for everything. The insurance company, well, your health care is probably 10%. They take 10% automatically. The doctors and everything. But remember, you are in these. You are a doctor yourself. You work in the massage. You are a hair cutter. You are able to do the food and clothes. You are able to work in the housing. You are able to do all these things because you know what they are. You're going to work 10 years in this. And if you're over the age, don't worry, because a lot of stuff you'll do based on. We start a new program, and the system is not retired at 65 years old. The system is age 1 to 50. You do 25 years education work, 25%, 25 years you're off. The system also could be 50 to 100. The whole 100 years you use. 25 years education work, 25 years are off. The reason we want to do that you're not off at 60 years old, like 65 years old today. The main reason we want to do that is so your life, you have the whole 100 years and you feel really good about your life, that you're accomplishing, you're doing something for the whole 100 years. And that keeps you motivated. That's good for your mind. That's good for your eyes. That's good for your vision. I mean, this is a wonderful plan. Be nice to people. And this is something, people can look into and see if you can make it into rules and laws. It also requires that people are not divided, people are united, people are able to work with each other. I've said something to the United Nations about this already. I put it on the internet already in writing. But basically, this is a plan that's open to everybody. This is an open plan. It's a flexible plan. And people will come up with some improvements. People will come up with some ideas itself. This is just I'm just giving you some information about it, but this is not the entire plan. The entire plan is a little bit more complicated, and it's also a very easy plan. It's, myself, I like to make it easy. I don't like to make it complicated. The same plan, you and I can get a PhD in this, and you can make it very complicated, a 20 years education. But I'd rather have the 10-year education and actually work on some of these other issues. But, so I asked my brother and my two brothers, I said, would you like to, for the kid, Ed's son, he's only 2 years old, I said, would you like 20 years education to start 20 years school? Or would you like 10 years? And their answer was 20 years, because we're used to that, the college and university and everything, 20 years. But I believe that these 10, if you do this 10 years, it's more efficient. If you do give each thing 10 years, it's a lot more efficient. So 10-year education, 10 years human body, 10 years the house, 10 years you're working in the food and water, in the clothes, and then finally 10 years in the food and water. That's something that people really like. For example, on the technology, where will that fit in? That's 10 years. You'll have to determine that. I just gave you 50 years education work. Put in 10 years for the TV, the cell phone. This is a cell phone I'm using. Put in 10 years for a cell phone. Let me see if I have another cell phone. So you got to put in 10 years for the technology. But how do you fit in 50 years when I really need 10 years? The technology makes you a better, safer person. The vision you have with the lights and everything, that today is technology. And so I like you to work in a 10 years, cell phone or the television or the radio. You actually have to build the lights. The lights here. Here's the lights, and even the lights of outside. Here's the lights outside. See that? See that? That's the lights. You might have to build even the sun, a weather system. So that in 50 years, can you do all that? Well, I think it's possible. I think yes. 50 years, everyone, you're employed 50 years, and you have the 10-year education. You can do that, and 50 years you're off. You can make the lights and the gardening. I didn't mention the gardening, but that's part of the 50 years. Where does that fit in? You got a 10-year program, but some of these programs, the last two could be 5 years each. 5 years. Like the gardening, the technology, I would like 10 years, but some of these other issues could be 5 years. So this is the front of my house. This is what it looks like. It's it's very beautiful, isn't it? It's very nice. It's very nice. So that's my information here on the how do you plan, and I think it's a very simple plan. I think it's something we can do. Um, my name is Abdull Tarzi, and well, the thing is, I like to have questions here, but I don't have anyone here. My mom went in the other room. Saul and Faisal, sometimes my mom always asks me questions, but she went to the other room. But I like, maybe I'll discuss this information more openly and have some questions in the future. So, and let's say if I'm, in a discussion somewhere, I'll have some information to give you some more information about this. Thank you very much. My name is Abdull Tarzi, and have a wonderful life. Thank you very much.